You ever wake up thinking your Saturday is going to be one of those easy, perfect days, the kind where the sun comes streaming in, not a single cloud in the sky, and you're actually looking forward to something as boring as grocery shopping? That was us, me and my family, my wife Maria, my son, 18 and home from his summer job, the three of us just trying to stock up for her sister's visit. The back of the SUV looked like a Costco commercial gone wild. Cereal, water, fresh veggies, frozen pizza, you name it. We pulled up in our driveway, all smiles and dad jokes, the three of us in our laziest weekend clothes, ready to tackle the mountain of bags. That's when I heard it, the voice. Sharp enough to cut glass. Are you trying to start a supermarket in my neighborhood? You people aren't supposed to be able to afford that much food. I froze, a bag of groceries hanging from my hand, my son next to me looking like he'd just been slapped. Across the street, a woman, maybe late 60s, helmet of blonde hair, pink blouse so loud you could hear it before you saw it, stood at the edge of her pristine lawn, watering plastic flowers and staring at us like we were aliens who'd landed the mother ship. You know, you read about these moments online, you see those ugly cell phone videos, but you never really think it'll happen to you. In your own driveway, where you pay the mortgage. My son's eyes flicked to mine, a mix of confusion and anger. He's a good kid, smart, seen enough of the world to know how these situations go down. But this wasn't a news story. This was real, and it was aimed right at us. Ma'am, I think you're mistaken, I said, trying to keep my voice level calm. I just wanted to get the groceries in before the ice cream melted. But she wasn't having it. Mistaken? I see what's going on here. You're selling food out of your house, aren't you? That's how you people make money. Always a scheme. It was so wild, I almost laughed, except it wasn't funny at all. It was humiliating, infuriating, and happening right in front of my home. My son's grip tightened on the bags, knuckles white. Ma'am, this is just our food, for our family. I tried again, and she only got louder, moving off her lawn onto the sidewalk, her voice carrying so everyone could hear. Relatives? I doubt that. Never had this kind of activity here before you moved in. Cars coming and going, loud music. She just started inventing things, painting us as some kind of criminal operation. Our biggest party was a quiet jazz playlist on Sunday. There's no loud music, I said, patience thinning. We're not running a business, just trying to put away groceries. But she wouldn't quit, pointing at our trunk like she'd just caught Pablo Escobar in the act. Normal families don't buy that much food. It's suspicious. You're hoarding to sell on the black market or something. I've seen it on the news. It's what your kind does. My son bristled, couldn't hold it in anymore. My kind? What does that mean? I squeezed his shoulder, a silent plea. Son, don't. This is like wrestling a pig. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. Then she turned on him. Don't talk back to me, you disrespectful boy, with that hair and those clothes. I know exactly what you're about. No good. Just like the rest of them. That was it. You come after me, fine, but not my son. Enough, I said, voice low and tight. You need to go back to your house. You're trespassing and harassing my son. Leave now. She reeled back like she'd been struck, put on her best victim act. Trespassing? Harassing? I feel threatened. I'm calling the police. And she whipped out her phone. My heart sank. You see these moments, the escalation, where a bad day can become something far, far worse. Go ahead, I said, trying to sound brave, praying it wouldn't end the way so many stories do. Tell them all about our dangerous, weaponized groceries. My son started recording on his phone. Smart move. Her eyes darted to him. See, he's recording me. That's illegal. You're trying to intimidate me. She was yelling into her phone now, inventing a whole crime as she went. Two very large, aggressive men threatening me. Trunk full of contraband. Maple and oak. Hurry. And just like that, we weren't a family unloading groceries anymore. We were a threat. The sound of sirens. Most days it's background noise. But now it felt like a hammer hitting my chest. Each wail another reminder that the world doesn't always see you as the victim. Curtains twitched. Neighbors watched. My son held his phone steady. A skill I wish he'd never had to perfect. Cops rolled up. 2 squad cars, lights flashing. The officers, both white, went straight to her first. She turned on the drama. Thank God you're here. They came out of nowhere, started yelling, threatened me. Look at all this stuff in their car. I think it's stolen. They're probably casing the neighborhood. One officer listened, The other, young, rigid, looked at us with open suspicion, hand near his holster. They finally walked over, didn't step on our driveway, just stood on the grass, a silent line in the sand. We got a call about a disturbance. She says you were threatening her. I swallowed hard. Officer, with all due respect, that's not true. We were unloading groceries. She started yelling, accusing us of, I don't even know what. She was upset about the amount of food. The young cop scoffed. Upset about your groceries? That doesn't sound right. I wanted to scream, to explain the irrational depth of racism, but you can't say that. Then you're the problem. You'd have to ask her, sir. We were minding our business on our own property. He glanced at my son's phone. Is he recording this? Yes, sir. That's his right. There was a pause. She says you have stolen goods in the vehicle. Mind if we take a look? And there it was, the question that wasn't a question. If I said no, I'd look guilty. You want to look in my trunk? I asked, even though I knew the answer. I stepped aside. They poked around. Just groceries, a coffee maker from the warehouse club. The older cop seemed annoyed at the waste of time. The younger one looked like he wanted to find a crime just to justify being there. They asked for my ID, made me get it from inside while the young officer escorted me like I might bolt. Humiliating. When they finished, the older cop told the woman, It's just groceries, ma'am. There's no crime here. She was livid. Are you sure? Did you check all the bags? The officer shut her down, told her they weren't going to search everything on a feeling. But as the young cop handed me back my license, he said, Look, in the future, try to be better neighbors. Keep the noise down, don't cause a scene. I was dumbfounded. We were the ones getting the warning. They left. The woman gave us one last look of triumph before waddling back to her house. My son, still recording, asked, Did that really just happen? Yes, son, I said. It really did. I felt 100 years old. The groceries seemed pointless now. The joy was gone, replaced by bitterness. We brought everything inside, Maria waiting for us, her face tight with worry. I told her the story. Her shock turned to fury. Maria's not the type to take this lying down. We need to do something, she said. This is harassment. It's a hate crime. But I was exhausted. It'll be our word against hers. And we know who they'll believe. My son held up his phone. We have this, he said, voice hardening. People need to see it. We debated, but in the end, he was right. We posted the video online, with context, not just anger. Within hours, it exploded. Outrage, support, trolls, threats, the media, the works. We weren't just a family anymore. We were a story. Support came in pies and wine bottles from some neighbors, cold stares, and whispered meetings from others. Our street split into camps. Then came the next attack, a detective called. She'd filed a police report claiming we'd threatened her after the cops left. Total fiction. Our security cameras showed we never left the driveway. That video saved us. We hired a lawyer. Then the HOA notices started. Trash cans, grass, hose, oil stain, basketball hoop, all weaponized against us. Maria was done playing defense. The lawyer sent cease and desist letters, and when the woman violated them with threats, caught on video again, we went to court. It was a war. Us, the lawyer, and a mountain of evidence versus her and her attorney. The judge watched both videos, listened to the stories, and granted us a restraining order. 3 years, 100 yards. We could breathe for the first time in months. But it wasn't over. The settlement didn't erase the neighborhood's ugly history. The investigator dug up the original deed, full of racist covenants, her father's name on it. She'd been harassing every non-white family who'd lived here. Now it was public. One night, she crossed the line, spray painting hate on our house and car, caught live on camera, arrested on her own lawn under the flashing red and blue. She pleaded guilty, got probation, fines, mandated counseling, and we got a real 10-year restraining order. Her house went up for sale. The neighborhood, slowly, tried to make amends. Sarah, the good neighbor, organized a cleanup. The handshakes, the apologies, small, but real. The war took its toll, scars inside and out, but my son found purpose, switched his major to sociology, civil rights. 1 year after, standing in the driveway, I saw a new family move in across the street, a young black family, smiling, hopeful, waving. I welcomed them for real. And I realized, as that little girl danced on the grass that used to be a battleground, it had all been worth it. We fought for our home, But we changed our neighborhood, too. And if you're still listening, if you're still with me, what do you think? Was it justice? Was it enough? Or just one more battle in a longer war? Let me know in the comments. What would you have done? Where do you draw the line? And what does community mean to you? Your voice matters.